Um, Hello everyone. Greetings, greetings. What's cranking, good people? We are back again. Tell a friend, the Chief and Go, each and every Thursday at 8 p.m. live. You heard? I'm your host, Chiefy Dog, Chief Dizzle for Shizzle for Sheezy for Show, the Cheat Code, Rockadamas, Rockaware, the Mr. All of the Above, Chief, keep it brief, all that, and then some. Tall, beige, and handsome. You heard? How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Um, we're gonna get this thing going in a minute. Got a special guest tonight, Tony from Downtown Dialogue, who have created the film What is GoGo Music? If you haven't seen it, you need to go check it out. It's definitely a great piece of work and representation of our culture. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna bring him in a minute, but I'm just checking in, making sure everybody all right. There's a war going on outside. Nobody's safe from. You living in the district, you got to be on your P's and Q's. You know, seeing what it do, making sure everybody all right. Because oh, I got to change my thing right there. If y'all checked out the show last night, that was a pretty goddamn good show. Appreciate anybody who tuned in with Dr. Rhonda Hamilton, who will be running for mayor. She had a lot of great things to say and a lot of information and stats. She was just on point, man. And, just a genuine care for what's going on in our city. And she's had her boots on the ground. She's been working in mental health and in the community for a long time. So yeah, that was like a last minute jump, but we pulled it off, and it was a great show. If you tuned in, appreciate you. If not, you can go to YouTube or still on Facebook and go check out the replay. Chief would go live with. I gotta change my banner, y'all. I ain't even changed my banner with Tony, right? From Downtown Dialogue. Now this guy, I told him he got a gift. I look at some of his stuff, and it's really good. I mean, the topics, the subject matter he covers, and he's out here in these streets, which is not an easy thing to do. That actual tech, that format is called Man in the Street, which I want to use to go out and do my Chief and go trivia, but I haven't quite got to it yet because it's not the easiest thing to do. Now let me spell this right before y'all be talking about me. Dialogue. Yeah, so but I'm gonna bring him in. What does this text say? I'm supposed to put my joint on Don't Interrupt. But yeah, clap it up, give it up, give yourselves a round of applause. Oh, okay. Because you're here, you're breathing, you're alive. God is good, won't he do it? Yes, he will all the time. Okay. Wait a minute, let me do this like this. Send a link through Gmail, right? Just give me one little bit of second, and we're gonna get this thing going. Get it going. S okay. All right. Oh shit. Okay. Okay. Give me a second, y'all. Give me a hot second. Oh. Okay. Boom. Send that link off. And I need to turn my joint on do not disturb, but I'm glad I ain't do it yet. Oh, okay, it's in there, baby. So yeah, oh man, you know what I didn't do? Hit live on Instagram. I always forget about Instagram. Yeah, so I'm gonna give y'all a piece of it too. I'm gonna give y'all another little sneak peek of the joint, and then I'm gonna bring him in. Let me remember how I do that. Share screen. Yeah. Boom bop boom bop bow. So I'm gonna give y'all another little piece.
Loud. So get comfortable and turn your speakers up because this ain't a documentary about music. This is GoGo.
So I'm Reverend Tony Lee, the pastor of Community of Hope AME Church, and I am a child of go-go music. I'm a child of the region, Southeast baby, raised in Prince George's County, and I've been listening to go-go since. But I think the first go-go tape I ever heard, I was in the sixth grade.
My name is Frank Forame. My association with go-go music goes far back as I would say 5th grade in elementary school.
Well, Felix Stevenson is the government. They call me Chief, Chiefy. Was born, my father was Big Chief. I came into the world as Little Chief. My association with GoGo is I actually played with the Huggabucks band starting about 93, 94. We were like 16 years old.
I would define go-go music as a music form that was birthed out of the DC region. When I talk to people about go-go, I try to explain it to them about the way you look at hip-hop if hip-hop never went international.
Once you get that go-go groove, once you get that beat in you, you can't get it out. I don't care what nationality you is. Once you get it in you, you stuck with it.
Go-go music is polyrhythmic, syncopated percussion. I mean, that's really what it is. It's Afro-Cuban, is these rhythms that come from the motherland, right? So quick history, the drum was the first instrument ever created in Africa, and for spiritual purposes though, for war, for chanting, for celebration, for tribute, communication, rites of passage. This drum was what we had to use along with celebration, right? For music, like we do kind of now with everything. We got orchestras and stuff. And so over, the slave trade and the migration of however, so go-go became a way for us to use that percussion and those rhythms, those polyrhythmic, syncopated drum patterns to come together and show love and celebrate. And that's basically what it is. It's just highly driven by percussion. Now that has become a whole music form.
To me, go-go is the most important music in the United States for me. The only other city that could almost come close to us is New Orleans because they got their own sound. To me, DC is the most unique place in the whole America because we have our own sound. Nobody got a sound like us. Nobody.
All right. Thank you for that. So that's a sneak peek of what is go-go, my downtown dialogue. What is go-go music? It's on YouTube right now. Go check out the whole thing. Shout out to Jordo and 5. I don't know how to pronounce that. River. That's like the Roman numeral joints. Like, what's up, 5? Appreciate y'all tuning in. My man Pooh, Abdul Hakeem. Yes, sir. You on YouTube, my man. Appreciate y'all tapping on in, checking in, locking in. About to bring my man Tony to the stage, man. Talented young brother, man, so we can get to know him a little bit.
What's happening, family? What's happening, Chief? What's happening? How you feeling?
Hey, man, pretty good. Busy, right? Just like ripping and running, making ends meet, but I'm good.
I seen I didn't get a chance to actually watch it yet, but the Miss Hamilton, I had no clue she was running for mayor.
Me either.
When
that's
is
a buddy of mine, that's his wife. They called me yesterday, like, yeah, what's up with your platform? And I'm like, oh hell yeah,
Oh, that's cool. When is DC elections this November?
I think it's 26.
Oh, okay.
Do they do the mayor every year?
I'm not sure.
No, yeah, I think they do, but it's 26 or every couple years. Because I saw she having she having an event in a couple weeks, and I think it was like Hamilton 26. So yeah, man, I was excited about that, especially with the stuff going on in DC, and it was like, perfect time to come talk about that.
Yeah.
And at the same time, let them know, hey, I'm about to come help. You know what I'm saying? Help me run.
Yeah, but to the people who's here for the GoGo video, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Like the one dude who said it in the video, once you get that groove in you, once you get that go-go in you, it's no getting it out. He goes, I don't care what nationality you is. It's the truth, man. I listened to GoGo when I was a kid, and this YouTube channel has been me being an investigative journalist, but it's also been me doing passion projects. And when I really thought about it, I'm like, man, I've listened to GoGo my whole life, but how much do I really know about it? Not a lot, not a lot at all. And I'm like, this is something that would be so perfect for a documentary. Like this is a story with deep lore. This has a lot going on. And not only that, yo, what's up, Patrick? My man Kogan in the chat, Tyler and Jordan too. They was in here. Okay, Dimitri. Okay. But what was I saying? This was perfect for a documentary. It's got so much story, and even when I watch back the documentary, I'm like, it's so much more that could have been in here. Like, even in an hour and a half, you still can't get the full story. You still can't get the full story.
Yeah, no, but of course, it's just so many years of what it's been. It's like hip hop, right? 50 years. Our 50 years is 26. Pretty much, if we count Bustin' Loose came out in 26, right? It's one of the biggest first GoGo records ever. So now that's what we want to start now. I'm trying to figure out where this guy, Tony Forame.
Yeah, Forame. You got it.
Yeah, where this guy came from, because like you say PG County. Where did you grow up? What part?
I grew up in Bowie. I grew up on the nice part. I grew up in the nice part. I grew up where
God bless. Shit.
Yeah, right.
What's wrong with that?
What's it called?
Bowie High?
Yeah, I went to Bowie High School. I graduated 2022. Bowie High School is the high school where they selling weed out front, but everybody getting dropped off in Benzes and Range Rovers. That's how I like to describe Bowie High School.
Yeah, I've been up there because I went to Bowie State, and
okay.
You know, I've been around at the letter. I don't know why I was out there. I wasn't doing nothing crazy. I mean,
all right.
I wasn't up there taking girls. It wasn't even that, but I was up there for some reason. I might have been like delivering. I used to deliver stuff and drive trucks, and I just remember seeing the let out. And we played at Bowie High School too. We definitely played. Yeah. So.
Yeah, now Bowie. I grew up right there in Bowie. I mean, as you've seen from the documentary, Dad's a total DC head. DC's just where he's from. He DC native. And Mom grew up right here in Laurel. I'm actually living in my mom's old house right now, my grandma's house. So I got Mom around me all the time. That's where she grew up. But what was I going to say? So growing up in Bowie, Mom and Dad both listened to GoGo, but Mom was really the one who was playing it in the car and playing it on the radio. Hi, Melanie. She was the one who was playing on the radio. So the reason why I can sing you Sardines front to back is because of Rachel, because of Mom. And then, you know, when I talk to Dad about GoGo, that's when he can offer me the stories. That's when he can offer me the information. My dad is also just super funny. So I'm like, I got to have an excuse just to put him in this in any video, period. So when I told him I was making one about GoGo music, as soon as I told the idea to him like 3 months ago, he was like, oh man, and he just started going about. He was like, man, air raid, trouble funk, blah 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 blah. These are to tell you the truth, Chief. This is the first time I ever even heard the name Trouble Funk. This is the first time I ever heard the name Air Raid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, that's a while ago. I mean, you probably wasn't even born. Those movies were before my time.
Yeah,
you know, in essence, Trouble Funk is around now, but you know, those records, you know, when they was on top, you know, touring and stuff, when their name was ringing, I was a youngin', or you know what I mean? I mean, definitely. So no, that makes sense. But it's funny because like you told me about your father and you got a lot of history from him and this and that. I don't know if you told me he was gonna be in the doc, but I'm watching it. And I'm like, that white dude knows, you know what I'm saying? He did. I was watching it on my phone at first. So now I pulled the computer, I said, he hitting the J. It never to the doc, it never dawned on me. So just now I was going to find a clip to play. And he said, what's his name? You know, he said the last name.
Oh, yeah, Frank. Yeah, my name is Frank.
You know, like, oh, but it took me a minute to realize, and you already told me. I was like, oh, that's but yeah, he was good. The only thing he said, I think, he was talking about outside shows. He said something like Wilkins Park. Or something. It's Wilmer Park. But everything else was on point. Yeah, like he was on point. So
hold on. Speaking of being on point, I realized that there was a club called the Panorama Room, and he kept saying the Camerama Room. Are these different clubs, or is he messing it up?
People know what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's how Frank get down. You know, you gotta grab it all, and he gonna lay it out for you to play it out. You get what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. Nah, he was good, man. Did you go to school for journalism, broadcasting?
Not at all. Not at all. Because the thing is, so I was doing YouTube, like doing little gaming videos when I was like 12 to like 16 years old. And then I had just given up because I had been doing it for 4 years and I just hit 1,000 subscribers. What's up, Sean?
That's my man, Sean. That's our little inside joke. I'm the goddamn CEO. My man, go ahead, son.
What's it called? So basically, when I was in school, there was a videographer class. I'm sorry, videography, and I joined that class. And as soon as I did, it was during COVID. It was online, and since it was online, I'm the type that I got to connect with people in person. Looking at somebody, my teacher on the camera every day, everybody else in the class got their webcams off. You're not able to even see anybody's, facial expressions, nothing. And with them on the computer, I just didn't make the connection. So I wasn't ever passionate about it. He would put out assignments like, hey, go make a small 3-minute film and just have these elements to it. And I would just bullshit on it. I wouldn't do none of it. I wouldn't submit the work. I would just skip on a lot of these assignments. So then come to the end of high school, and I joined the union, the union, like a electricians union, IWBE, Local 26. I'm sorry, IBEW. I joined them, did my test for the apprenticeship because my dad's an electrician. He a master electrician, commercial, and I wanted to be residential. But I thought that was a good way to go. Unions is good right now. Money's good. Retirement, life insurance, all that. So I jumped into it, and I just felt like my mom has always been saying my whole life that like she don't want me doing plumbing work. She doesn't want me doing like physical labor jobs, not because she thinks I'm not capable. I always love working with tools, but because she thinks it's going to be wasted talent. Essentially, she was like, "Nah, like your YouTube videos, like you used to do talent shows at school and do all this different stuff. Like I just feel like you gonna put yourself in a box if you go to do these jobs. You're gonna get locked into it. You're only worried about the money." And before my grandma passed away, she said the same thing. She said, if you focus on money, then you got the wrong thing on your mind, essentially. Like happiness is what should be on your mind. Exactly. And that kind of stuck to me when I was in the union. So I stayed with it for a whole, like almost a year, did the apprenticeship test when the fall came around. I passed it. I got accepted into the apprenticeship program, studied for it and all that. And then like a month in, I was like, this just ain't for me. This ain't for me. It was not for me. And maybe I could have stayed down for the couple of years. Maybe just being an apprentice is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to not really help you and kind of make fun of you because you're the new guy and all this stuff. And I'm not really saying that's my case exactly, but I'm saying that that's how it is usually. So I was like, this just ain't for me. I stopped it. And then now it's just kind of working with like auto parts jobs. I'm trying to find a job at a little parts counter place. But right now, as soon as that job ended, I wanted to get right back into YouTube because while all this is happening with the career in 2022, politics kind of like took over my like life for real, just to lay it out there, I'm like left leaning. I consider myself to be a left leaning Democrat, honestly. I'll put it out there. I like to make my content non-biased, but recently I've been really feeling this urge inside me to change it up and really just say what I want to say. Regardless, back to that though, in 2020, I started getting into the politics real bad. I'm following the Biden administration. I'm like openly defending Biden in public for a couple things and stuff like that. There was also a lot of criticisms I had of Biden. Regardless, though, it was taking over my mind. I'm thinking about politics. I'm watching the news every day. And then I started posting things on Instagram, like look at different political memes, trying to get people to kind of think the same way I do. As I'm sure all of us do. All of us going to post something on politics. On our Instagrams and stuff, because we just kind of want everybody to get into the same headspace, share with them some information that they may need. But also that sometimes isn't effective enough. Well, you got to think these days, we on Instagram, I watch your story, somebody watches your story, my story, 5 other people's stories. And by the time they're done with that, they forgot what me and you even posted.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I was like, at least sometimes. So I wanted to take the creativeness and like this YouTube experience I had from my old gaming channel. And then I also wanted to take this fire I have inside me for politics and kind of blend that up into a creative political channel. And I was also huge shout out to Channel 5, Andrew Callahan. Patrick's gonna laugh at me for messing that up. What's it called? He's this massive YouTuber, and he does kind of like man on the street. Like he almost, I will give him credit nearly for like making man on the street popular again. But the thing is when he first started was kind of just making people yell crazy shit into the microphone, hoping they say the wildest thing so he can go viral. And then it started to take a shift into politics, where he was like, I think I started this man on the street trend of just trying to make everybody look stupid, and that's not really productive. Let me use politics instead, and let me actually like kind of get some information out there. And his videos, Cheef, you check them out, they just so raw and unfiltered, and like it's people in their most vulnerable stages telling their story. And it was inspiring me, honestly, because I'm like, man, like why don't I just do this for a living? I love hearing people's stories. I love talking to random people. I was raised in a household where you grew up around more people who were examples of who you shouldn't be than examples of who you should be. So with that being said, I'm not used to being around people who got it all together. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So being out on the street and just talking to anybody, I just got like an open heart, open mind. I'm ready to just give a mic to somebody and let them pour their heart out. I got inspired by him, the politics inside me, the creativeness. It all just kind of came together to get it started. And it wasn't a class, unfortunately. It was not. I wish I had taken that class seriously though. I could have learned something.
No, sometimes a class is not necessary. I didn't take a class for drums, so and
you wasn't in band?
Huh?
Yeah,
I was in band, but we were Mr. Daggett, remember? Like
but I guess I thought, you're right. You did say Mr. Daggett was the music teacher. He wasn't a band teacher.
Yeah, it was like a band teacher. I had music in elementary school, Miss Frederickson, shout out to her. And middle school, I don't think so much. But that was my first, and my father, was around the house. But when we got to high school, it was like a band, but it was like 6 of us in the class, it was like an elective that nobody took.
Right.
So we wasn't really learning. We was joking and funning and stuff. So that's around the time I had got drums and played in the basement, pretty much just taught myself. But saying that to say, like, all that you said, your personality, what you was raised around, all that's coming off on camera, and the passion for the politics, which is, like your general content.
Right.
The GoGo was not a stretch, it was a pivot, but it's still DC. It was still DC, right? And it's still, and I also try to include elements of those politics for the people who follow me just for the politics. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why even though gentrification, displacement, black neighborhoods in DC almost being completely changed in terms of who lives there and how it looks, it don't compare to. I'm sorry, hold on. Let me rephrase that. Even though all these topics are a part of the story, including them isn't just because they're part of the story. It's also because I also want to include these political and these important political pieces of things into the thing. Like for my Bowie racetrack video, talking about the abandoned Bowie racetrack, I included a section where we talk about. You say you checked it out? No, I need to watch it.
Okay. No, it's all good. That one, I include a little part when Bowie's getting developed, how Levitt was discriminating against the black community, like redlining in Bowie, essentially.
Right.
He wasn't letting any of them get a mortgage even near coming and see the homes. You know what I'm saying? So not only am I including that because it's part of the story of Bowie, it really doesn't have much to do with the racetrack. This is still something that is worth talking about and worth reminding everybody what was happening. Not that long ago. We're talking about 50s and 60s right here. People's grandmas are still alive that probably had them and their parents denied from these homes.
Right. And so politics is going to be a common denominator in a lot of things. Just like you said, the racetrack is always going to be some politics behind something that's substantial. Right. But just looking at that, and I was wondering about going to school and, because it's like you got this knack for, but you kind of just explain all the things that, some of the things that you cultivated to create who you are. But like you said, that video class, it was born, it was just this, go do this project. And it wasn't that interaction right?
Yeah,
Man
right.
on the street, it's got to be one of the most entertaining or interesting things for you to watch, because you're watching somebody go up to somebody that they don't know to ask questions, and so it's all spontaneous, kind of like GoGo, right?
Yes.
So that I always love Man on the Street. Billy on the, remember the dude New York?
Yeah, he's hilarious. He's hilarious.
Yeah, Hits from the Streets came to interview us when we was, it was a black dude on BET, Ali, I forget his name. But he came to interview us. He was funny. He got on the drums. But I used to watch all that. I love it. I think I'm just saying it like, yeah, a lot of people probably, will be interested in that, they don't know that's a format. But you know what I'm saying? Just when you turn it on, oh, let me see what's about to happen. And they asking the chicks to add up this, and the math joints, little trivia questions, and people just be, so that's a great joint. But so I think that's a strength. I think your passion for politics is a strength. Now, do you edit these videos too?
I do.
Or does man name?
I was gonna say it's funny because when we first was, I think it was like guys must have been like a week ago, but I remember you hit me and you said was at the GoGo and left. Listen to it. Real. I mean, we seen it in the documentary. We seen. I'll go back to the top real quick, but we seen that with Junkyard performing on the street. I mean, are you kidding me? When they were performing on the street doing their thing, there was every color of person out there watching this. I mean, of course, it was just a street attraction. It's not really a thing yet, but even still, I feel like that's where it was beginning right there. That's where people was starting to listen to the music, starting to feel the music, starting to take the music home with them, sharing it with people around them. Like these are the times that are happening. Yeah. But what was I about to say?
I got to send you the Junkyard video from Maine in like 2008, right? They like in Maine or somewhere. All white people. And I told you, we would do that.
There's a video of them in Maine. That's crazy.
I might have to play it while we on here. But we were talking about editing, and do you edit yourself?
Yes.
And,
that's what I was bringing up. Yeah, when you first, it was like a week ago when you hit me, you were like, the downtown. You said on the Cheef and Go that's what it was. Last episode, you said on the Cheef and Go downtown dialogue, Tony's company, downtown dialogue, or something like that, or Tony is the host of the company or whatever. It's all me. It's a one-man show. It's actually a one-man show. I mean, I got Tyler helping me, my cousin Jordan.
Tyler I met, right?
Tyler. That's 5 Rick Rivershes. You know what I'm saying? 5 Rich. That's him in the chat right there. But I just got my friends to help me. I just forced my friends to help me. You know what I'm saying? And through doing that, I was able to get a cameraman, but everything else is me. I do the editing myself. Yeah.
So you like me, so that's why it's a kindred spirit. Shout out to my man Kari Vines, because he always chiming in and supporting the channel. He say Soren Baker have a good popular YouTube channel. That's an old host from BET. I don't know if you know what Soren Baker was. He was
I don't think so.
Yeah, I said BT, MTV, probably VH1. He's been doing different stuff, but he do some good interviews. I actually met him not too long ago, and I actually got a contact for him. So yeah, thanks, Kari. I might have to turn,
tap in.
Yeah, tap in.
Right. But hey, I want to bring this up. When I was showing people the GoGo video, like because right when the video comes up, I'm showing my friends, family. He said, my boy, one-man army. I want to show everybody, see their reactions. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like a, what do they call it when they do like a private, is it like private viewing or before the movie or whatever it's called? I don't know.
Screening. Yeah.
Screening. Yeah. I screen everybody. And everybody laughed at the part of you making the impression of Mr. Dagger. Everybody. Yeah. Everybody thought that shit was hilarious.
Man, y'all should have seen the real character. He was short, he was kind of stumpy, and he looked like a older Carlton from Fresh Prince. He kind of acted like him. But yeah, man.
You're right.
Hey, look, my little impressions and stuff come out here and there. That's kind of everybody know I do impressions. They come out though. It's like if they be like, do your Jamaican, they be like, yeah, man, I can do it, but they got to come into like by itself.
Okay. I mean,
but but it was good, man. They talking about hold up, crazy turnarounds. Did I put that? Yeah. Oh, thanks, no. Man.
Yeah, I started like 5 months ago at my 1,000 subscribers, and I'm at 1,600 now. So things are moving along pretty good.
Yeah. No, I'm watching
GoGo,
you. But like I
yeah,
said, when you first drop on, especially on YouTube, that algorithm gonna catch. Like, you know, I give you that 1 out of 10, 10 out of 10.
yes,
Yeah, if you get people engaging with it and interacting with it, yeah, early, then they're gonna show it to people, right? Early. And more people gonna share it and show it, especially if it's good. If it's some trash, it ain't gonna.
yeah.
So it gotta be good first. But I've been noticing how them joints catch on. That's why I was, you know, I got 3 or 4 YouTubes. I was like, I'm gonna drop this joint everywhere.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
you the man for that. Seriously, because I be doing the same thing. I got like
Yeah.
5 accounts. I jump on each one, throw a little like on, and
Yeah.
then and you know I check the impressions on that, which is like how many people had reached like on their like homepage, and it
Yeah.
said 70 or 80,000 people. I can't remember now. So YouTube pushed it on that algorithm, and I gained the most subscribers from this GoGo video than I have since any video I made. That's how I know I got crazy love.
Yeah. And no, and it gets it exponentially, like it starts to increase. You get that traction, it just starts to increase because now you're talking to a different audience, or you know, it's so many people doing stuff, so they might not have even saw that you doing that you existed. So now that they see, okay, he did the GoGo jump. Oh, let me see it, you know, and then YouTube will give them another one of your videos, and it just starts to build like that. And so that's it. That's the thing about content. You just keep it consistent and try to be, of course, quality and consistency, and it'll pick up, man. And you know, you'll find your fan base.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. It definitely is the quality and quantity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta find that balance.
Yeah. And sometimes you'll get caught up that we get into the content space. But yeah, but it's important for people. There's a lot of people creating content. Hey man, we're in a new world. And I have been doing it and I've been, you know, getting better. So that because you know, people say 3 a day, post 3 shorts a day, you know, try to post one long every week, one long form video, or you know, you can't the consistency, right? Whatever schedule you might be on. But now, if you don't have a video that you worked on that's quality, then you might find yourself trying to just post anything. And I'm not saying that's good or bad. Just don't post trash. Like it might not be as good as this joint you got coming, but just don't, you know, try not to post something that's gonna make unsubscribe from you.
That's what I'm saying. I try to give myself a rule that I'm like, if this goes viral right now, am I gonna be proud that this is what I'm known for? Like, and if the answer to it's yes, I'm like, all right, post the IG reel, post the YouTube short, post the and it's real cool.
But don't sell out.
No, but don't sell out. Don't sell out. And through these man on the street videos, I'm making these long form content videos where I'm telling a story and I'm trying to make you feel a certain way, and then through that, though, I get a lot of good conversations that people, like you said, are going to want to see for man on the street content. So I can easily tell a story through this long form video and then build an audience on Instagram and TikTok where people don't necessarily care about the long story. They just want to hear this one little conversation part of it that was cool as hell.
Right. We're just scrolling and reading the captions.
Yeah, right.
That's why you gotta have captions on your shorts because a lot of people not listening.
Yeah, for real, and especially now, man, nowadays, because people, I don't know if, how often you check like some of the analytics on YouTube, but the average going to be at 10K subs by the end of next year.
I believe it.
Let's do it. Some of the analytics you check the what was I about to say about the analytics there?
All right, I'm gonna stop throwing you off with the joints.
Let's just get back to the GoGo, man. We talking about being YouTubers right now.
No, we was talking about that, but it was something else I thought of. Oh, yeah, because this is not just about the GoGo. This is just your introduction to the GoGo community. But I need them to see what you do as a whole, because you're gonna have people because for one, you in the city. And so, but it's interesting, like you tapping into topics and stuff. That's what you were saying, something about the subject matter and people being drawn in and starting conversations. And we was just talking about the consistency and quality and stuff like that. But and another thing is live, right? Live is very important because you can't fake live. So when you're doing live, people know you on point and it's the real deal.
Yeah.
No, that's you know, I study for real. I be into this stuff, but I see the growth, and you know, I see why things work the way they are. But no, it's more than that. So the one last night, you fast with it. You know that they deployed the National Guard. I say, I know hit my son, I know my man on it, and you sent me the joint.
Yes. That was the thing is though. That's my first time doing that though. That's my first time hearing something in the news cycle in DC, and I'm close enough to where I can get down there in just half an hour for real. Yeah. And the night that he announced that in the press conference was the night that I was there, and then it took me just a day, which I would say was like 8 hours to edit that. So that, and then I uploaded it like literally as soon as I could at like 1 p.m. on that very next day. So really, it was like 48 hours max. I can't remember exactly between that, him saying that in the press conference, and me uploading that video. It's the first time I ever did that. And I'm also unemployed right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's real easy. It's real easy to stay up and get down.
Right. Now listen, there's different type of people in the world, right? You went to the electrician joint. Most people, they would, you know, they're going to understand the apprenticeship is a certain thing. They're going to go through it because that's going to pay off in a certain way, because a lot of people are built and designed a certain way. Everybody not entrepreneurial or have that passion or that drive. The drive is most important. So sometimes being unemployed and quitting them jobs, though it might look crazy to people in the moment, it's something that God is calling you for. Like I keep telling you, you got a gift. So yeah, that allows you the time to edit for 8 hours, right? And then your the passion for the politics. So you got to try to look at everything as nothing happens by accident. And so, in my opinion, the way I see the world, everything happens for a reason. You just look at why. Why it's happening, right? So yeah, you was on that joint quick. And back to what you were saying about engagement and conversation with people. The lady who brother died.
Yeah,
the homeless dude, the people you got, right? The different walks of life, the homeless dude, the Jamaican lady, just the older white ladies, different perspectives. She like, yeah, some of them was like, hell no. But the homeless dude was so informed about everything.
Man.
Like, wow. I was learning and just even seeing a different perception or aspect of homelessness that I never thought of and never been homeless. But I always
real. Yes, that's the whole point. You got it. That's the whole point.
No, that was good. But I understand, like, I don't shun people. I'm not that type of, you know what I'm saying?
Right. I know that.
But then as you came to the end, even with the kickball team, they was drunk and hyping. That's a different crowd. But let me hear their perspective too. And they was like, hell no. It was MPD, you know. Yo, go. So I think it's, you know, you show different aspects. I think that's a great eye for what you're doing. And like I said, a lot of times school not going to teach you that every time. Real world experience is something that God, a gift that you have, teaches you that, and then the trial and error perfects it and polishes it. So I just wanted to say, yeah, that joint last night, he went and did a joint the night before. The night that it happened, he was on it. And y'all just gotta go check out his channel, man. Downtown Dialogue.
Yeah, I appreciate that. That girl right there who talked about her brother getting fired from his job at the EPA by Donald Trump's like budget cuts and stuff. That one tore me up, yo. Yeah. That one was a hard.
And I felt you. I was like,
yeah, man. I had no other voice.
And even the stuff she was saying, like, you know, some white such something. This ain't our problem. Not like that. She was.
No. Yeah, I
understood. Right. So, and I was happy and that's happening a lot. People are waking up to like, you know, like, oh, this shit is really you know. And she's like, I was here for this, and so she outside though. She protested, like it was genuine. And like I said, from that, like her brother loses his job at EPA. I remember that day. I remember that morning.
Yeah, you know, budget cuts. At VA, but budget cuts at the FBI. We're doing budget cuts at ATF. We're doing budget cuts at the IRS. We're doing budget. You know what I'm saying? It's just
PBS.
Public PBS. And then we're gonna turn around and not even fix the national debt by giving more money to Israel, more military budgets. A bigger military budget. And these tariffs, which are overall just going to end up inflating our national debt already, which the homeless guy mentioned was at $37 trillion. You know what I'm saying? So Yeah, it's well, when I talked to him too, it was funny because we just got out the car, me and Jordan, right? Coming down to the crosswalk. He turned around and I'm sorry, we have our backs to him. We're about to just walk down to the White House. And he had said something to us, and I couldn't remember what it was. But you know what it was? Because I have on my press shirt, right? He goes, man, I hope that, you know, whatever you do today, it's just for positive reasons. I hope you're not bringing any like negativity to the world. He had said something like that. And I love that he had said that shit because, you know, that's not what I'm about. I love that he said that because that's what I'm about. So as soon as he finished what he's saying, I said, brother, do you mind if I interview you? Like, right. I say he's gonna be my first interview because he's got good things to say, and that's how that interview ended up happening. He is his whole how do you budget cuts for vesting? That's what I'm seeing.
Unbelievable.
And as it's already hard to get VA benefits anyways. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We got vets living on the street. The veteran suicide rate is super high. I believe the veteran suicide rate is higher than union workers, police officers, and there's one other like career that has high suicide rates that I'm not sure of. But at the top of the list, it would be that. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, and like the lady said, her brother, you know, got laid off, killed himself, and he was the smartest. She kept saying he was the smart, and you could tell because she was on point. And you know, like I got my knowledge, my energy. He was my life force. You could tell she wanted to break down.
Yeah, man.
But that's good content because now people can see, right? So you might have some black people in the hood like these motherfuckers, hunky, don't white people don't right. So when you watch that, you can see the genuine, you know, love.
That perspective, you know what I'm saying? Like that's a white person people may not have ever even seen before. This might be the first time in their life they ever said some sense like that. She was like, as she goes, I just want to say to all the white women who are watching, it's time to tune in, lock in, you know what I'm saying? Talk to your neighbors, grassroots movements. She was like, I don't want to get into this pessimism because, oh, well, now it's affecting me, therefore I care. Because in reality, this has been happening in America forever. Talk to the people that it's been affecting, you know, find out from them, get knowledge from people who have been affected by America for all this time. And that's how we're going to end up like moving forward. She goes, as white women, we have this voting power or whatever commercialized power we have. And she's absolutely right. She's absolutely right. If whatever white women start wearing, whatever, I'm sorry, because I don't want to say exactly like that because now I'm generalizing too much. But with white women, what they say is going to get more press. Well, what movements they're standing up for, like Taylor Swift moved the needle on the election, dog. She did. You know what I'm saying? Towards Kamala Harris. Beyonce, the same thing, except Beyonce's audience, I'm not sure it's primarily white women. Regardless, how I was going to finish that thought is with her, she said, you know, women, we do have this commercialized power. And she's very right about that. And I'm glad that she recognizes that. You get what I'm saying? That's the key right there, is starting to see things from the opposite side, looking back. Not introspective, but outrospective. Is that what they call that? I'm not sure.
Yeah, looking back, retro.
Yeah, retrospective, right. I believe.
So, and then she ended with like, yeah, we have no right to walk around here and act like oppressed, or, you know what I'm saying? She was just like, yes, like I see this clearly, that so you need to listen and talk to people that actually, you know, going through blah, 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 whoop de whoop. And like, kind of like we don't have no right to basically walk around like basically like we oppressed or you know, it was something like that. You got it. Yeah. I was like, wow, that was powerful.
Yeah. So something that I was curious about, right? On the GoGo video, somebody commented and said that the song that I played at the beginning, right after I said DC's also known, you know, for GoGo music, and then I played the new impression song, hey, right? Somebody commented, they were like, the song you played at the beginning is not GoGo music.
Okay.
Is it because it's bounce beat, or is it because you, in your opinion, is that truly not GoGo? That's GoGo to me.
Look, Kyrie said Taylor stopped talking though. I'm not sure. What is she was speaking up at first. Oh, look, I'm not
Could
hip.
be. Could be.
Y'all
She
know-
could be. She could be a part of the capitulation. She could be a part of everybody standing down, bending the knee. Honestly,
Yeah.
that's
Look.
what. If that's true, if that's true. Yeah.
Politics is in everything. So, Kari, are you the one? Somebody, a lot of older people don't consider bounce beat go-go, right? Because it's a different beat. Go-go is the swing, the congos, the bacos. That's pretty much what it don't mean a thing without the go-go swing. So the bounce beat, like we talked about, is that extension, and some people don't want to choose not to have that into that category. They saying it's something different. Like we said, we know what the ladies do. And I mean, it's a different
right.
Everybody says something like marching band music and boo boo boo. But when marching bands hit go-go songs, kind of like when they hit Earth, Wind, and Fire or anything dynamic with horns, it's some of the cranking stuff. I remember being at Bowie State and they was hit Can I Get Down, when I was young. And I was walking through the crowd like they don't know.
Go ahead. Exactly though. Real.
And it's like over time I've come to appreciate, especially being in the studio. Like I never played with a bounce beat band. I mean, I've tinkered with it. One day we was playing with Soul Patrol. We ended up at a rec, and we were like top 40 older band, and it was just all youngins. And I just started playing bounce beat, right? But over time, as I started producing it and playing it for myself, and then kind of listening to what they was doing, and I'm gonna take it to what I'm doing differently. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it's very simple. It's syncopated, but it's very simple. So some people that come from a different school or era of train of thought say, man, that a lot of people don't like it. I've talked to people and like I think Stomp told me like I couldn't even believe it. So that's just a matter of opinion. In my opinion, the bounce beat is an extension of what go-go was. It's another form, right? It's a branch of it. Just like you got boom bap hip hop. Them purists of hip hop didn't want to hear the 808 drums and stuff that Manny Fresh and them was doing. Even fast forward to the trap, you still. So if you in New York saying Slim, that ain't the, son, God, that ain't the tap.
Son, God, got the Timbs on.
I mean, got the fuck.
New York.
Yeah, so but at the end of the day, it's a different sounding, a different.
But since it's under the branch of go-go, you know what I'm saying? It's just that's go-go. And I seen there was another comment. Roll of Time's been a part of our thing.
Yeah, that's my man Dale. That's a fact. See, we from the old school, but yeah, like they do it a little different. But that's been something that work the walls. Is where the bounce beat come from, right? Traditionally, work the walls to the dope jams that ended up being the bounce beat. But go ahead, what you about to say?
There was another comment on there, and I can't remember exactly what he said. I'm actually about to blow because I got so much love, and there were only 2 comments where somebody had something to say. Always. But I came here to lock down both of these comments with you too. Go-Go lost his funk too with the new and old Go-Go. I mean, yeah. I mean, like you said, the death of funk for real. The death of funk is when the death of funk was not too. Well, when that happened, there weren't too many years between that and rap coming into go-go. So it's kind of like, or at least in my opinion, I believe. So it's kind of like, with that being said, there was no kind of, there was still go-go rhythm, but there wasn't the swing, like you say. Like with Chuck Brown, you could really just rock back and forth. And there's other go-go songs where you gotta be moving a little quicker, in my opinion.
Dale say, "Yep, the Shuby." Yeah. Hey, Dale, did you make up Shuby or was that E? Right? I was. That's why I said Donald Trump. I did my Trump. No more. Yeah. This I think it's him or our buddy E. They was in the band together, and then Grown and Sexy basically came in like we talked about with Scooby and a lot of that. And for different reasons, it changed. But Dale and them do not let their foot off these guys' neck. I'm just joking. Like Shuby too, right? But I understand what they're saying. I understand where they're coming from, right? Work the Walls was a structured song. Yeah, yeah, it was. Also, and then the dope jam.
Structure, a better word to use, probably.
Yeah, yeah, right. That's right. I mean, and work the wall is definitely not the same pattern as the bounce beat, but because it's kind of like they just do the bounce beat, kind of like Chuck would take a go-go swing, Mr. Magic Pocket, and put every song over it and have certain little bridges and transitions, right? But now, what all the bands are doing, which the Shoe which the Grown and Sexy has turned into, is you play a song, a little pocket in the middle, another song, a beat in the middle. And it's just really no distinction. Whereas to we played, or the 90s or this era that we're talking about, kind of like what Northeast still do and what Junk still do, is a song, is a transition. You're hitting the song, you might hit it in a different beat than everybody hit. It ain't just a pocket. And then the beat gonna drop, and it might be another part when the beat drop. It's a hook, it's a chant that come in. Then it's the freaky deaky boom, then and so and that one groove, one cover that morphed into, it's gonna be 10 minutes. Then you do that with the next song. Now it's just song, socket, or pocket, song, socket. Kind of like a Chuck thing, but Chuck did it different. It's hard to explain, but now that's what bounce beats are doing. Bounce beat bands are, but that instead of the socket or that go-go swing, Mr. Magic beat is just bounce beat. And they're gonna sing their songs and I gotta clap it, even though it's some songs, some clappers and all them. I don't know if they should like, some of the old school songs, but let's see what they're saying. He made it up. Okay. But you ran with it. Yeah, that sounds about right. They bounce and trap music puts people on one frequency, which is dangerous. That's a fact. Even with trap music being, like we just talked about, the 808 drums, where the boom bap in New York in the history was analog drums, a certain frequency, right? Now, it's a lot of samples from older music, right? That's a frequency, warm record frequency. Now the bounce beat is all digital frequencies, and their ears are becoming so used to that when they hear the regular analog drums, it don't catch them. Right? That's the reason why go-go is being lost with the youth, because it don't connect to them. They used to hearing. I'm a producer. I know when you pull up them 808 drums and all that, it's way louder. It hit way harder. The analog drums, you're gonna have to do some work on it, dress it up, amp it up, right? But so that's part of that. I love it. This is great. It was structured, but still Tom's right.
Maybe that's why, man. Maybe that's why some rock just don't hit like it used to, or maybe that's why rock ain't really what it used to be. Because I mean, in terms of popularity, like I feel like all the rock songs a person would listen to today were made 10 years ago and prior.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm Nirvana, Stone Temple Pilot, the Chili Peppers.
Yeah, all the 90s bands, and you had them little 2000s bands that kind of broke out. Like, you know what I'm saying? They got a little, and then the rock took off with like emo and all that stuff, like screamo bands. And but like rock, like the rock we know,
right?
That's
like the band. So a lot of times it's probably a singer or a songwriter and the bass and the guitar and the drummer laying down that foundation in the studio. Then they're gonna come add parts, kind of like we make rap with the drum machine and synthesizer. We started to produce music with less people, so it's a less of a frequency, energy, a synergy that's going on. So that might be part of it, because it was a band thing. Like you was back in the day, they had the whole band in there, and all right, we're gonna go through this, and they might go overdub some vocals or guitar part or bring one person in. But now it's like probably a couple people laying that foundation, and it come back. So it's just not hitting the same. It's not that power.
I feel like now you could design a rock song on a computer and just get somebody to sing on it.
Right. Now look with loops and all that. Who knows what they use? It's something about that. It's nothing like that real thing.
All right, look, this is the worst comment we have right here. You ready for this? All right, he said that shit you're showing at the beginning is not go-go music. Wait, hold on real quick. Remember when I showed the bounce beat? It was the New Impression song, and I said the old heads can't agree on whether this is good or not.
Yeah.
I meant that shit. Because here we go. He said go-go music is not hey people jumping around like idiots. He said real go-go started in 1978. You did not start from the beginning, and people you interview have no idea about go-go. You have to go to the original bands to speak on go-go. You Maryland dudes have no clue.
Man, that whole DC Maryland thing is crazy. It's so crazy. But so I'm gonna say this. I get, like you said, I get one or two bad comments all the time. I get the go-go loops. I make the loops. I sell them for people to be able to produce go-go or practice to them or whatever they need. Put them in the back of their music. And so it'd be like one dude, like, why are you selling our culture to people? Stop selling our culture to people. And the person that it would be no picture on that joint. Usually the haters is no picture, or some crazy name. It's just like,
neither of them fools I raised comments had no profile picture.
Just be a troll that don't have nothing to do with be miserable and hate. And when all the rest of the comments are good and there's one or two, then it's just a joke of just but nah.
Obviously I didn't take it seriously, but I just thought I thought it was funny. You know what I'm saying? You gotta laugh instead of cry, man. If you don't laugh instead of cry, you're gonna fall apart. You know what I'm saying? The hate comments is always gonna be there. That's the internet. You can't let that shit crack you.
Exactly. No, but I mean, and not to say he's totally off base. He's older, and that's how he feels, and that's okay too. But say it in a respectful way. Don't come in like, motherfucker, yo, you stupid, and what Maryland and all that got to do with it? Like, what?
I know. And then he's saying the people I interview got no clue about GoGo.
Wow, I ain't see that one.
Yeah,
so I do little GoGo beat tutorials here and there. So it's one I did a while ago, but I'll just turn the camera on and then be making the beat. And in certain aspects of the GoGo loops I'm promoting, showing you how to insert them. I'm not sitting there trying to make the best beat. I'm just saying, this is how you do it. Lock it into the tempo. This dude said, you have no clue on how to do GoGo tutorials or make GoGo beats. Slim, I got people that's in GoGo be like, when they hear my songs, that actually they be like, what band is that? Well, and I made it in the house.
Right.
So it's like, but like you said, I know you don't even know what you're talking about. You don't even know.
Yeah.
I come from this. I am this. I am this.
Exactly.
And it was an older joint. He could have said, he could have said something a little different. But like, I made newer joints. Like, I needed this. This is the best. Thank you for making this. This is that. I need, you know what I'm saying? So it'd be like, yeah, that guy, he's just.
I was talking to my friend Manny because my friend Manny, he showed the video to his parents. He said his parents absolutely loved it. Peach County Landover, Palmer Park, with other bands wish to go. Club LeBarn. The one guy mentioned Club LeBarn when he was talking about Chuck Brown. He was like, I got up on stage. He was like, I see you over there, youngin'. He was like, that was at the Club LeBarn. He showed me the picture of him and his men. Now I forgot where I was going with the one thing. Good Lord.
I'm not showing you no more of them joints. You saw the one dude. You was talking about the comments. Oh, you showed it to somebody. You showed it to one of your friends.
Yeah, that's right, Manny. Yeah, thank you. You're a good host, man.
Hey, that's right,
man. So what's it called? So Manny shows his parents. They said they loved it, and Manny ended up. He's actually a producer. He makes his own music too. He produces, and he has a little channel where he uploads his beats and stuff. And I told him right before he watched the documentary with his parents, I said, the guy interviewed Cheefism, he actually produces GoGo beats. He was like, what? I said, yeah. He goes, how does he do that? Like, he literally, he thought you was Magic Man when I started describing it all to him. And what's it called? He ended up hopping on and watching his parents. He said he loved it. So I just want to share that, man. He thought you was really turning up if he was able to do that.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. He's like, yeah, it's not a thing everybody does, because when you're from the community, you usually got the band. We're gonna call the band, and we know that's the best way to create it. But like, things change, technology comes in, and everybody don't got the band. I was in Atlanta, like I said, when I kind of thought of that, and I had a band, but it was just different. And like over time, I kind of came to like, what about the people who don't have a band and none of that and love it? So, but yeah, GoGo's like rock, soft rock, contemporary, right? Like, yep, grown and sexy, crank, bounce. Beat.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fact. So what was I about to say? I ain't gonna hold you too much longer.
I say I can't help you remember this.
Yeah, look, I'm surprised I was remembering them joints. But I like the part where Reverend Lee said he was going to Chuck, and Chuck had did the gospel joint, and I guess he was bringing it up he said, hey man, look, you got to be hot or cold. You can't be lukewarm up here. Hey, I love it.
Yeah, Chuck. He said you either got to be hot or cold.
You got to be hot or cold. So going to be lukewarm. That's a fact, though. Like, look.
Nah, for real. Come on, man.
We're in a certain atmosphere. Talk to me about that later now, all right?
Right. Nah, and what's it called? My mom said she loved your Chuck Brown impression too. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hug a bunch of y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Young boys.
But also the Donald Trump joint I seen you do. hold it, sauce.
But it's us.
Yeah, hold the most sauce. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've been working on my Trump.
I was gonna say, man, Trump he different, man. I gotta say to everybody, if you watching, to right now, serious moment, ain't the time to be scared. It's time to get informed. It's time to jump on Facebook, join these little protest groups, join these I can show you right now 4 different Facebook groups that organize protests in DC. That's how I get down with the journalism, is because I simply just got on Facebook, found the people that organize. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate you, bro. I really do. There are people who are on Facebook organizing these things. They're meeting up. They're having just little seminars on how to fight back. Just even if these protests don't work, a lot of times, to be truthful, who we're dealing with right now, I don't think these kind of performative protests are going to work. Going out the street, just holding up signs, marching, that shit ain't going to get nothing done. Unfortunately, it's just not. What's going to get things done is getting Democrats in the Senate and getting Democrats in the House in 2026 when the midterms come. Luckily, we already have 2 Democratic senators and congressmen over here. So I'm sure if everybody's watching here is from DC and Maryland, we're pretty much good. DC, y'all can't even vote on nobody anyways. But when it comes to the rest of these states, y'all got to get Democratic leadership, man. That's the only way that we're ever going to be able to fix this. And also, we might have to have some crazy guy take a couple steps further, and I won't specify on exactly what that means. Everybody can use their imagination for that. But I think marching in the street isn't going to get it done. But regardless, even if marching in the street doesn't get it done, it's time to team up. It's time to meet people, get familiar with your neighbors, get knowledge and give knowledge about what is really going on, and get active. Get out there.
Yeah, because marching, like I believe, I kind of believe that for a while, just being that outside looking in, but really over time it wears down. Like a drip of water will wear down on a rock, right? So it's still an effort, it's still an energy towards the greater cause. I think, of course, the greatest thing is the pocket, oppression. I mean, we're being oppressed, economy, right? Attacking the economy stops the spending, the consumerism. If we stop spending so much, so that day we marching, if we can get everybody to do them blackouts where we don't go spending or go to work, or work is tough, and like I said, everybody just speaking up and being active on Facebook and the community, just talk about it, just make that presence, like, we're not gonna take it.
No, real shit, man, real shit. Because the blackouts work.
Yeah, talk about it, my bad.
No. The blackouts work, but only if the blackouts work, but only if everybody gets on the same page. And I feel like in today's world, that's not going to be possible. It's just not going to be possible. So I don't know what steps we're going to have to take further, but get to know your neighbors, because if things fall apart, you better know who's around you. You better know who's around you. You know what I'm saying?
And some water reserves, some canned food, and have a plan. That's true. Look, we never know. Carl say Chuck lived in the DC area, not just DC. Fact. I've been talking to like Rome from the Scrapers and just different people. The GoGo. I mean, a lot of, I guess, members. A lot of history is in that Chapel Oaks area by the Ebony Inn, right? A lot of stuff. Chuck, I guess he lived right around the corner. Buck's supposed to take me to the house so I could get a picture of it, but it's a house he lived in. But yeah, Wally, my man Wally, that's Sugarfoot Rick cousin, Kigo, Tommy Broadwater, the Ebony Inn, that whole Chapel Oaks. That's where the Scrapers was, right across the street when I was. I met Rome Bucks and a lot of them, but it's across. You go up the street, DC is the line right there. Sheriff and Eastern. But yeah, so a lot of history from around there. Quality Band and
speaking of Chuck, I had no clue till I started doing research for this documentary. I wish I had kind of had more time to want to include this part too. But Wiley, Chuck Brown's son, isn't his name? It's Wiley Brown, ain't it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I had no clue. I listened to his songs. Yo, he sound like Chuck. He putting it. I don't know if that's really how he talked. If he putting a little rasp into it just to grab the same Chuck, you know what I'm saying, or grab that same feeling. But regardless, man, he sounded just like Chuck. Like, it was crazy to hear him on a track like that.
Yeah, I gotta get him on here. I was talking
Yeah,
to
sure.
Greg Pete. That's Greg Pete. That's Chuck's other son. And so we was
Mm.
talking about, yeah, I was playing a song one day about summertime. And it said Chuck Brown Band when I played it, but I'm just thinking, oh, it's just something. Hey, shut up. And
Hey, look, we both yelling at the dog.
yeah, when yours barked, I said, I'm surprised mine.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But so I'm like, yeah, this Godfather, y'all, you know, this and that. And I listened to it like later, like that ain't even Chuck. And I had to tell the people, like, yeah, oh, you
Crazy.
know, you're doing a great job. But yeah, I gotta get him on here.
Yeah,
Gotta
that'd
get
be crazy.
yeah, a lot of history over there in that Chapel Oaks, Fairmont Heights area. Jam and Jeff, you know, was over there. This is like a lot. I'm not thinking of it all right now, but I was
Right,
like,
right.
wow, I didn't know that. But yeah, and you know, Chuck from North Carolina. So yeah, this whole DMV DC thing is just crazy because a lot of us that are here, parents moved up from the South to look for bigger opportunity,
Right.
you know, progression and expansion. And they moved to DC. And then DC, you know, they might have lived there for a while. Some of them might have been in bad neighborhoods or the neighborhood turned bad. So they said, I'm gonna go here to Maryland. And then now you're in Maryland, 5 minutes of a walk away from DC. And you know, so but your family's still in DC, or you know, your grandmother, then your mother, then like all my friends. So everybody didn't go to live in DC, go to DC public schools and have a Marion Barry summer job, but we still did, you know, District of Columbia, the DMV, right? And the girl made shout out to Queeby, made a point the other day and said, you know, Maryland and Virginia gave DC its land, mostly Virginia, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and most of y'all scared to go over that bridge and face your dad who gave you the most land. And that's it, man. That's for the home with that.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna be like, DC was Maryland. All right.
So y'all talking all this. You know, I love DC though. Like, and you know, I don't think it's towards me, but you do have people that's from Jessup and Odenton and never, you know what I'm saying? And they're from DC, but a lot of people when you out of town, you just say DC because people know where you know they know that area more than from Stevenson, Maryland, or Stevens, Maryland, or you know what I'm saying? But yeah, like I've been right here, southeast, north, you know, my family from both sides, and just been in and out. And I went to school, I went to Blade, PG County, baby. I'm from PG County, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. Hey, I don't
like it's so intertwined, man. You could never say that DC and PG. If you want to just say PG, at least just
that's what I'm saying. If you want me to specify, but
right,
yeah. So,
but I was also gonna bring up. Dad said when you were bringing up like bands early on, you had brought up Happy Feet. My dad was like, he was like, wow. He was like, I completely forgot about Happy Feet. You know what I'm saying? It was cool to watch him react to what you were saying and get the same little connections. Or the part when I said, what neighborhoods have changed since y'all was kids? Y'all was just going like this back and forth, just shooting out names. Like that was a cool part. And I want to bring that up. And also Pocket Band. With the one, I think it's only one girl that's in Pocket Band, the new little band out of Annapolis.
Pocket 3 is what it's called.
Yeah, Pocket 3. Sorry, Pocket 3. The one girl that's in the band DM'd me on Instagram and said that she loved y'all's interviews and she loved the film. She want to tell me like thank you for the shout out at the end and all that stuff. She told me she appreciated it, which was cool too. So I got her on Instagram. I could just send her she can get on here too. I think that'd be cool. Get a little pocket.
Yeah, definitely. I need to talk to them. And
for sure.
I got Jess Paul, and I know he working with my man Sean. Say, nah, I'm the goddamn CEO. Felix is goddamn fault, man. Maryland, Bama.
We got work together. We got work together.
That's my man Sean.
He funny as shit.
He's saying Sean. 46, smoking guns. That's him.
Okay.
Oh, guns. Nah, he fucking with us. But yeah, so I appreciate all that. I definitely need to get with them too. Like, you know, TJ's grandmother then reached out on certain posts because I'm talking about them a lot and sharing, and you know what I'm saying, because it's important. I mean, it's the most important thing. And they even hit me to another band. I always forget their name. But they tagged me to another band on the clip where me and T-Bob were talking about them. That's another young band. So that's the thing that makes me the most happy. Okay, I'm the most happy to see young crankers. I want to see the young people crank. If not, GoGo's dead. Okay, big guy Trump. I'm not the problem. You're the problem. Okay, but no, favorite part. One of my favorite parts, is when, as I told you about the good to go. And what's it called?
Oh yeah, and I showed you. Go ahead. Yeah.
It's called something else now.
The little part of good to go.
Yeah, but what's it called now? So people could go. I never remember the joint.
Oh, it's damn, you got me too. Oh no,
yeah. It's easy,
like
but
fast something or God damn. Hold on. I'm about to tell you right now.
But yeah, no, that was funny when
you know what? Short fuse,
right?
Yeah.
When you asked, I think Reverend or somebody, was like, that was trash with your father. That joke was trash, just like we talked about, right? And
then he was like, man, he said the best thing about Good to Go was at the end when they fought in the parking lot.
Right.
Yeah.
And I told you the best thing was seeing Chuck and Tony when they was younger. And you put them in there too.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I noticed that. I was like, okay. I looked up I looked at the movie, I watched through it, like, I would like skip 5 seconds, and then I pulled up on the part of Chuck and Trouble Funk, like you said. I was like, I gotta drop the same right here when he says that. You know what I'm saying?
But the funniest part was when like the glass was broken. It was like, ah! After selling some trash, it was like, yo, what?
He behind the gates, like, no. Yeah, that shit was so awful.
That was good editing, though. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Like,
and then the part where it's the broken glass, and he's just like. Like just tripping. I'm like, what is this acting? And then with the shot went on for so long, I'm like, man, like this was trash, man. Rev Tony Lee wasn't exaggerating. Like this is
no.
That was bad, man. That was bad.
That's why I never catch on, but that was hilarious. It's like the stuff you pick. It was just little stuff you was picking to put in there. Even with the one you did yesterday, and I think the girl was talking. He showed the people in the boat getting rocked. I was like, yeah. He's kind of like, hey, this is good.
Right, but, he talking about how people like think they have belongings and wealth and all this shit. I was like, I'm not putting a boat in there.
Right, all that shit gets your world gets shooken up.
Exactly. He said, and all that shit gonna crash, and I was like, the boat crashing.
Right. Nah, you got good eye. You got a good energy. That every time I've talked to you, but I ain't, it's been a couple times, but just seeing you on the man, doing your thing on Downtown Dialogue. And I think that's important for doing Man in the Street. It got to be a certain energy that come across to make people open up to you or even talk to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it's a gift you got. And it looked like you said, you just got on that other Jones. So I think you got some momentum going. And I say just run with it, man. Just keep following your gut on what to do and just get out there and do it, because like I told you on that YouTube, once you monetize, it'll start increasing.
Yeah
I think I'm doing, like, that's why I do this. I got at least every week, so that's gonna help with my viewers.
Yes, that watch time like this. And you know what was I about to say? Right before the GoGo video, you need 3,000 watch hours to be monetized on YouTube. Okay. I had 1,500 watch hours because the Bowie Racetrack video really put me all the way up. And then when the GoGo video came out, now I'm only 500 watch hours away from 3,000. Like that, people were watching that GoGo video all the way through. Like, and that's what I just want to say. Like, I appreciate you for the interviews. I appreciate you for putting me on so much and kind of recognizing the goal that I'm trying to get, which is to get people's perspective across, but also not take advantage of them to the point where they're like a commodity. You get what I'm saying? Because you're actually coming off to them as a real, genuine person. If I was just a reporter and that girl told me that terrible story, I'd probably just walk away and tell her, thank you so much. But I couldn't help but have that human moment. And that's what I'm trying to show, is that the human moments are acceptable in news and all this stuff. Like, and you know what I'm saying? Like, we should be more down to earth. You should, if you're a reporter and you tell the news, you should act like everybody who's normal. I don't get it. Like, I guess I'm not saying it right, but I appreciate it because NBC News, it feels heartless. It just feels so cold. They're like, hey, there you go. They're enjoying like Donald Trump ruined the world again today, and it's just like
the tone is all that's
it feels
the tone is like,
it's not them. I know it's not them.
Because it's all of you watch any news, it's always the same tone. That's part of the training. Yeah.
Well, sir, George, we just got word that Donald Trump, you know what I'm saying?
He's got his head blowed off, and we're back to you, Jenny.
Yeah, like, and I'm like, I know they don't talk like that. Because how are they all talking like that? And I know it's a lie. I know it's a facade. I know, so when you have that feeling, why am I even consuming the news that they're giving me anyways? Like, it's not them.
It'd be certain ones. This is a guy that do 60 Minutes. He's got a tall, light-skinned guy, and he's very, damn, I can't remember his name. But I just want to go drink with him. I just want to see what he like when he drinking, because he's very popular. What's his name? One of them 60 Minutes looks like, the guy that's just the super corniest, because some of them are able to speak and articulate wisdom, Martin, and people they able to still be cool, but some of them are just like, I just want to, and it's like, I know he get down. We're gonna go do some line. Hey,
no, real.
Lester Holt. This was Lester Holt with NBC, NZB News.
Yeah,
he probably turned on, man, these motherfuckers. Shit, I gotta go meet this bitch over here.
Yeah, and you know what I'm saying? Even when he's doing like the little when he for like New Year's, you know what I'm saying? He'll like sit in a chair with like 3 other reporters and they all talk to each other in a conversation and they're talking about New Year's live. Yeah. He still sounds like that. Right, so with Lester Holt specifically, I think that might just be him. He be talking to people and he still sounds like he's reporting the news when he's telling a story. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know if maybe after a lot of years it gets ingrained into you. You just become that person.
Right. Braxton Heartbreak. But anyway, I guess that's about it. I gotta go out here and see what I see out in these streets. But thank you for coming on, man. Yeah, and we appreciate you for making the film and doing a good job and representing in the way. All the comments I'm getting is, man, he did that. Thank you. Somebody said we need bro. You know what I'm saying? I was like,
we need bro. Yeah, and that's why. And after the GoGo love, I also felt that much more wanted to go to DC, because I'm like, man, all these really DC heads found me, love the content, and or at least love, like, how I'm introducing and doing the outro. I really let y'all tell the story, and I kind of have my beginning and end. But all my other content, it's me. So it's kind of like, with that being said, I want to give something to the DC people again. And I want to give something to the DC people again. It's not just national news. This is something that is actually literally happening in their streets. You know what I'm saying? Like, going to be happening in their yard. You seen the video? Fool on the front porch smoking a cigarette. They talking about, you got your ID on you, champ? Right. He says, I live here. No. Right. You know what I'm saying? No, I live here. Why would I give you my ID? This is my front porch. Like, DC's getting a little scary right now. So
he called it a public wellness or something check. It's like, y'all Medicaid and everything. We not well. What you mean? Like, somebody stop me from smoking and drinking? Because I'm depressed because we not well. I mean, most people. But you said about you might do a part 2, right? And and so here's something I just thought of when you said that. Now you can maybe pop up at the Fast Eddies or the it ain't, you could pop up, but I rock with you on some of them joints, the Aqua. There's people going in and out, but now they probably gonna know you, that jump bubbling. They gonna be like, oh, that's the dude from the joint, and just even talk to people that's going to the these establishments, these venues, going to see these bands, how much it costs, how it was, back in the day compared to now. What's the venue like? What's their favorite venue? Stuff like that.
Yeah, I think you're onto something. I could make a video that's whole premise is literally, let's do this again, and we're gonna talk about everything that I should have talked about. You know what I'm saying? Like, not in a way that I made, not in a way that I made mistakes with the first one, but in a way that I want to talk about this even more. Like, let's talk about everything I could have talked about. Like, let's do this. I can interview Pocket 3. Right. Do you know who Area 301 is, the band?
I've heard of them. I'm not sure. I might know somebody.
Regardless, John Noel is like the little owner of the band. He talking about, he know connections to Backyard, and he grew up with my dad. So I'm like, it would be real easy to maybe get a connection to like G or something. Maybe get Ron Moen on this time, now that he knows that, like, I'm for real with it. You know what I'm saying?
What you're talking about.
Yeah. Because honestly,
but I know some of these people too, so we can. That's what I'm saying. But that people's perspective even is important. Just to the patrons and how they feel about, you know, certain aspects of everything.
Right,
you know,
right.
and bands, like you're gonna catch the bands too if you go to these clubs.
Yeah.
You know, you might catch them coming in and out of one or two of them, or, you know, set it up after on
That's
a
true.
break. Yeah.
Blend in some more man on the street content, because the man on the street was really only in the beginning when I was at the Home Rule Festival and I was talking about Chuck Brown. You know, I included the people sometimes, but throughout the rest of it, I kind of just let y'all take it away. You know what I mean? And I could be asking more people these questions throughout the history specifically. That way I can drop them in real quick. You know, just get some random DC head. So, but no, actually, I think I will definitely do a part 2. Whether it happens this year or early next year, I'm not sure, but it's definitely going to be a thing that happens without a doubt. I'm going to be working on that.
Yep, man. Eric Stevens say keep doing what y'all
doing.
Salute.
You the man, Eric.
Thank you.
Keep doing what you're doing, Eric. Keep reporting the real. Be safe. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate you. I will definitely be safe. I will be truly safe. I gotta my heart. Hey, you know what's crazy? Good to Go is hard to find on YouTube now.
Oh man, Short Fuse, Kyrie. Short Fuse.
Yeah. If you look up Good to Go Short Fuse, put that all in one joint, it's gonna come up. It's the whole joints on YouTube. That's how I got it for the video, for the film. I just downloaded it off YouTube, took a little clip. But what's going on? I'll definitely be safe. I took my hard hat from the union that I had. I brought it home, spray painted it black, turned it into a press joint. I got a little press helmet now, so I will be wearing it if shit gets unchy. Shit get crazy. I'll be wearing that.
Right. That's tight though, especially right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Going downtown right now is a little crazy.
Yeah, downtown dialogue is downtown.
But yeah, man, appreciate you, man. Definitely. We gonna reconvene this, like I said. And if you need me out in these streets or some connections or however I can help, I'm here for you, my brother.
You're gonna have to be in part 2. It's only right. You're gonna have to be in part 2.
Absolutely. And look, you probably got some stuff that you didn't use that I might could use too. Like
I definitely did. Because you gotta think, we talked for 2 hours. We talked.
Yeah.
We was talking for 2 hours. I talked to Dad for an hour and a half. I talked to not Ramo and Tony Lee for half an hour. And somehow I managed to turn all that footage into just an hour and a half. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
you did great.
A lot.
Because I can go, and I was like, man, it's good to see somebody else edit me, because I'm usually editing stuff, so I got to figure out.
Feel that. That's how I feel coming on the show. I'm like, shit, I'm getting interviewed tonight. Like, this cool.
Right. Yes.
Right. I know exactly what you mean. So,
mosquito. All right, my man. Well, salute to you and keep up the good work.
Yeah.
And I'll catch you on the next one.
All right, definitely. Well, I appreciate you. Appreciate everybody watching, and whoever watched the film, definitely go check that out if you have not yet. So, but I appreciate you letting me on the show, and I will definitely be back. And you're gonna have to come back on for part 2.
Absolutely.
Yep, you got it. All right, Cheef. All right, I'm gonna hop out of here. You have a good night. All right.
All right, you too, bro.
All right, Cheef. I'll see you later, man.
Peace. And I'm gone, y'all. Young Tony, man. Good dude, man. I like his energy. Love what he did with the doc. And I love what he's doing with his downtown dialogue brand. But yeah, I appreciate all y'all. I appreciate everybody for tuning on in. And special shout out and dedication to all my family and friends for coming in to the Cheef and Go. Where we keep it cranking for the culture. Now I'm gonna get on out of here until next week, next Thursday. Y'all look out for Cheef and Kyrie. The Cheef and Go. I'm gonna call it the Cheef and Go with Kyrie. Cheef and Go crank convo with Kyrie. I'm gonna try to drop it tonight or tomorrow, or maybe Saturday, because Friday is really not a good day to drop. But appreciate y'all. One love. Keep it cranking, and on to the next time.
It's a vibe. 95, I bet the leaders to the crank. Oh, as long as I'm alive.
Cheef and Go.